We welcome those of you who are just watching the NASCAR Cup Series from Darlington to a rematch of last year's conference championship game. On a third down on the opening drive, Mond has it complete to his big-bodied wide receiver. Just 2 for 11 last week on third down. On their second of week 2, Mond goes down. The pressure in his face gets there, and Travis Feeney with a third down sack. Into the air on his first one. Behind the line of scrimmage, Blake Jackson tripped up for a loss of a couple.
That's the way Mark Colombo kind of feels to me at 6'8" and the whole world.
That's not a guy I want to make upset with a play call. Well, they go reverse behind that offensive line to start this drive, and this works out much better with Gary Jennings with the first down of the day for St. Louis.
Operating, I don't like that at all.
So wipe off the 17-yard gain on the hold to make it second down and 14. And here's one thing that Wilkins brings to this offense, the ability to get out of the pocket as he races for a first down. And marked him out 2 yards short. And they just get it off on 3rd and 2. A little flare out for Sailors, who hits the sideline. And a first down inside the 30 for Jacob Sailors.
And right now, St. Louis is really attacking this defense.
Right on the edge of the red zone. And Pearson in the string game is dropped behind the line. And get it off. Wilkins on 3rd and 10. Taking a shot and broken up incomplete. Darius Phillips with another third down play. So a couple of penalties, and St. Louis will try a field goal with Rodrigo Blankenship. And he stays perfect on the year.
And communication with the rest of your offense, tougher.
I don't know if that sign the fan was holding, "Claw is the law." I don't know if that made the UFL bylaws. Great sign for that fan. So McFarland brings this out, and he's out across the 30 after a conference championship win here last year. A busy start to the game for Brad Wing, his 3rd punt already. And Ja'Cour Pearson inside his own 5. Has a block out to the edge, reverses, and is planted at the 25.
Gets the promotion after Bruce Gradkowski was hired as an offensive assistant for the Detroit Lions just a month ago.
And his first play call on this drive has Wilkins reading out the back with a first down and a hit late. St. Louis looking for a flag on their own sideline.
That's also something that just messes with the defensive mind.
The Sailors switching sides at the end, out around the edge, breaks free for a touchdown.
Along with Phil McGegan, and he moves the tight end in, so he changes the play. So now the tight end is in, and now he's going to move the back over as well. So now the back is over here. Why? Because they see a little bit of a crease that they can get because of those defensive line techniques. They get the blocks that they need, and Sailors is into the end zone in a big way as a result of the trust that these guys have in the coaching staff.
Wilkins and St. Louis back in the field, throwing a deep ball and connecting on a deep ball. Down the sideline and out of bounds for Gary Jennings on the first play of the drive.
I think 2. I would go for it on 4th here. Run it a couple of times.
It's a run on another 3rd and goal. Sailors reaching. Ball comes out. And San Antonio's on top of it. Lonnie Phelps ends up with the ball on the reach from Jacob Sailors. But is he down?
But if this holds up, what a huge stop. This will be a great angle. I never thought that Sailors was down because there was players under him. So the whole question is the ball over? I think it's actually going to be over the goal line because you can tell where his hands were. It was over the plane of the goal line. Then he was contacted and it came loose, and that helps them out quite a bit.
Pressure. And St. Louis almost got to Mond, and they trip him up back at the line. Well, San Antonio's offense, 2 first downs, 4 punts in this first half. Facing a 3rd and 16, and Mond sings it to the far side complete.
Here they go again. See, that timed it up perfect.
5 guys coming into a run play, and Corbin breaks through it for a first down, and he gets some leg drive from his offensive line. Willie Tyler is left tackle with about 5 extra on the push. Maybe you bring him on the pod, you guys collaborate, and then you get up to $6 million.
There you go.
On a 1st and 10 after back-to-back 18-yard gains. Mond is swung down for the 2nd sack of the day. Austin Falu gets hit on 18 yards twice on this drive. They need 17 for the first. At least a handful more for field goal range. And Mond going for the first down. He's got it again.
But also drain the rest of the clock.
3 explosive pass plays on the drive to give Delahaye a chance for the first points of the day. From 31 at the end of the half, and Destroyer knocks another one through. The 2nd field goal of the year and his first 2 since high school. So into the locker room at 17-3 St. Louis, a franchise and UFL record. The first pass of the half, pressure from the backside gets to Wilkins. Kobe Jones with the first sack for San Antonio.
Turbo set.
3rd and long for Wilkins. And over the middle, complete for a first down.
I don't want to get into filming from the stands. Oh my goodness, that's just sending me back 2 years to college football.
Like that was B-roll. That is caught. And Denzel Mims, 42 catches in his career in the NFL with the Jets. Former Baylor Bear. Sailors with the bounce outside for his 3rd touchdown of the game.
Well, you get a couple of San Antonio Brahmas here, and they just never maintain the edge. So first,
that whole right side of the line just collapses down. There's so much green grass there. I'm going to take it every time my O-line gives it to me. I'm going to take it.
Great job.
Appreciate you.
Well, from one running back to another after Sailor's touchdown, McFarland with a burst for San Antonio. So Wade Phillips keeps the offense on the field for San Antonio on 4th down. Mater's shown some pressure again. They pick it up this time, and a back shoulder throw is complete. And Kirkland still on his feet, ranging for the goal line. He's down at the half-yard line. Kept the drive alive and puts them right on the doorstep of their first touchdown. And Corbin pushes ahead, and he is in there for San Antonio. Trying to pay one back to San Antonio after losing in the conference championship game to these guys last year. And Mond on the march, and that ball's juggled. Was it picked off? Was that kept off the turf? Wilkins underneath and knocked out of there. And after all that, Blankenship hits the field goal. And San Antonio used their super challenge and lost it in the first half, so they can't take another look. Evades pressure, Mond pointing, and takes off himself and stays in bounds long enough for a chain mover. Here's McFarland zigzagging, weaving his way for a first down.
regardless of pressure.
Here comes that pressure, stunting up front, and they get home. Delmo Paynu, just like last week, sealing a game late for St. Louis with a sack.
Jacob Saylor's on the offensive side, probably been the best player in the league. Over 200 total yards and 4 TDs through a couple of games.
Duggan calls his own number, and the former Heisman Trophy finalist with a first down. And After losing in the conference championship game to San Antonio last year, St. Louis gets a little revenge on their home field and win it